What is up, everybody? Welcome to another video. And today we are going to be taking a look at a blaster. Dang, I had this exactly 2 years ago from today. A blaster that I've been a fan of for a very long time, and I don't have this other blaster I want to compare it to, and I probably will never get it because I cannot find one anywhere. But we are going to be taking a look at the Buzzbee Alpha Auto 72. What in the world is this blaster, you might ask? It looks all goofy. Well, this is a $30 72 dart drum. Yes, you heard me, 72 darts. Full auto blaster made by Buzzbee. This is a Adventure Force blaster. Now, little lesson here. Adventure Force is not one whole company. Adventure Force is Walmart's brand from 3 companies are under the Adventure Force line. Dart Zone, Zuru X Shot, and Buzzbee. So if you see an Adventure Force blaster, it's either made by Buzzbee, Dart Zone, or X Shot. And we are taking a look at the Buzzbee Alpha Auto 72. Let's start off with the ergonomics as usual. Buzzbee, this grip is freaking massive! I have monstrous hands, and there's still some room left for the grip. Wow! They really knew how to make grips in 2022. Yeah, this is a 2022 release, by the way. I love this grip. It is super comfortable. There is this little finger choil here. It's massive! It's good for kids and adults alike. Usually when you see a Buzzbee blaster, the grips are super flippin' small. The Night Tech, and now this. Buzzbee, keep going. You did the Easy Fire 2 years ago, and that grip was also massive. The foregrip is also really good. Now it's not nearly as comfortable or as rounded. The back is completely flat and squared, but it still gets the job done well. You have a ton of finger choils for your fingers, and honestly, that's really good. This blaster has a removable stock. Now, the stock itself is pretty small, but it's not too terribly small. But the stock is the perfect length for this blaster considering how big it is. Considering that the grip and the foregrip are pretty far apart from each other. And this stock, when you shoulder it, it is very comfortable. Not the most comfortable thing ever, but hey, it gets the job done. The stock fits perfectly well on here, and it matches but the way it's made. So I put a regulator stock on here. It is compatible, but it doesn't fully fit on this component right here. And that is way longer. That is super duper long. The design of this blaster looks really good. I love all the paint and all these bright colors on here look really good, and they clash well together. I love super duper bright fun colory blasters, and this is probably the #1 blaster I have that has just the most color separation on it. Now, I'm gonna take the drum off. Yeah, the drum is removable on here. Now, unlike the Dart Zone Tomahawk 60, that's the blaster I don't have that I really want to compare this to. It is removable, but it does not have this. This, I feel like, is way better than what the Tomahawk 60 had, because the Dart Zone Tomahawk 60 had a heavy drum, but it didn't really have anything to support the drum in place. It could be removed very easily, but it can fall off pretty easily. Say if you slam it on something like this table, bam, it's removed. You have this pin it keeps it nice and locked in. It's not going to remove, none's going to fall out. It is sturdy. To put the pin in, you just slide in like that, and if you want to take it out, pull this. There you go. Or you don't have to put it in that exact way. You can just like that. There's a drum. This drum holds 72 darts. That is a lot of darts on tap. That is a really, really good capacity, and since they're removable, you can get multiples of these drums and have, what, over 100, 200 darts for a war? That could literally last you the entire game. No joke! This drum, when it has darts in it, it doesn't really spin all that often, but when you don't have darts in it, this drum is basically a roulette wheel. It really likes to spin and skip. So be careful when you're running around with this thing, as you don't want to have a completely blank shot. How do you load in this drum, you may ask? Well, all you do is put the dart in like that, and then it's effortless. That is well done. Way better than the Dart Zone Tomahawk 60. With the Tomahawk 60, what you have to do to load it is you have this slot, right? And you just put the dart in there. That's easy. And then you have the second layer, the second dart you need to put in there. You have to kind of bend it to get it in there. And that will kind of be a problem, especially considering that foam darts are not very durable. If you fire the same dart out of the blaster for just tons of times, the foam will wear down. And I still have tons of worn darts over there. This blaster has a removable purple iron sight that it doesn't really do anything, but it fits and it does look pretty cool on it. How do you operate it? Well, all you gotta do is just load the darts in the drum, and this is a single stage trigger. So what you do is you pull it halfway to rev up the flywheels, and to fire, pull it fully. That is a very slow rate of fire, but I do consider that as a good thing because you will last for a very long time. I've unloaded this blaster tons of times, and it just keeps on going and going. It feels like forever. That is everything this blaster has to offer. Let's see it out on the range. We are going to do 10 shots flat, 10 shots angled. We are going to let it rev up for maximum power, and then we are going to unload all 72 darts to see how much time it takes to completely unload this drum. By the way, I am using Adventure Force waffles, not the included Buzzbee long distance darts. That was pretty darn good. About 80 FPS. I do not have a chronograph, but for something stock for $30, I am very impressed with the results. Angled shots. I think that one got caught. some of those darts did not really fly well at all. I don't know why that is. I did put some very worn darts in there. Maybe it's just the fact that it's not a good idea to shoot it up. But hey, not too shabby. And now we are just gonna full auto unload all 72 darts, and we are gonna see how much time it takes to fully empty this drum. Still going. Oh my goodness. Even though I was just holding the trigger down the whole time, I barely noticed any drop in velocity. That's really good. What are my overall conclusions on the Buzzbee Alpha Auto 72? Now, the Tomahawk 60 was the same price. Do I think this blaster was better than the Tomahawk 60? I don't know if you can still pick this up. I've looked for the Tomahawk 60. You really cannot pick this up anywhere. They're discontinued at Target, and I don't know where you can find them. But, is this better than the Tomahawk 60? Well, the Tomahawk 60 is a semi-auto blaster, and you can fire that thing way faster than this thing's full auto. For newcomers, I think this blaster is much better because you don't have to deal with a super duper heavy trigger pull to launch every single dart. And this blaster is way more durable than the darts in Tomahawk 60. I've had 2 Tomahawk 60s. I haven't really been rough with them, but I have been rough with a lot of blasters in the past. And they both broke due to the pusher just getting loose and stopped working, or its rotation completely wasn't gonna work. I've only had one of these, and no problems whatsoever. It is way more durable than the Tomahawk 60. And I am not really a good modder or anything like that. I'm not good at internals, but the flywheel cage is molded to the shell on the Tomahawk 60. Not with this thing. I don't really think you can get the Tomahawk 60 anymore, but I do think this is a way better blaster than the Tomahawk 60. For wars, I don't know. Because, say if you're rushing at your opponent and you want to fire darts really fast, this is not really the blaster for you. But just with the amount of capacity, how durable it is, how really good velocity it has, I think the Alpha Auto 72 is definitely worth it. You can buy this blaster, you can buy tons of darts and just have one drum, and you're set. You don't need the forward magazines, you just need this, a bunch of darts. Maybe if you want to get tons of drums, you can even dual wield them. You will be set for a war. Its velocity is very good. 80 to 90 FPS. It's surprising. Like, this thing trumps the Tomahawk 60 in every single way. Way more durable. Way more moddable. And it's the same price. The Tomahawk 60, don't get me wrong, is a really good blaster. But this blaster is way better, in my opinion. Except for the darts. The Buzzbee long distance darts are absolutely horrible. They're inaccurate. Get yourself the red diamond darts on chili darts, or get yourself darts on waffle head darts, or any darts if you want a good resemblance of accuracy. But that is my review of the Alpha Auto 72. Apologies for all of my videos being in vertical form. Have a great day, everybody. As always, peace.